Welcome back to Jasper's Game Week Aussie Edition. If you're joining us for the first time today, I'm John and this is Sarah from Meeples and Dragons. We're coming up on Game 2 for today with DM Sean Sunday.
Huge thanks to Sean and his players Barmy, Pete, Matt, Chris, Alyssa and Hamish for playing today. We're really looking forward to this game. And of course, thank you to our wonderful friends at Ardent Roleplay for hosting us on their Twitch this week. If you haven't checked out their augmented reality system for TTRPGs yet, I recommend you do so.
Don't forget, you can influence the game through donations to give advantage, disadvantage, and more to the players and DM throughout the game via the Tiltify. Maybe even trigger a heap of wild magic surges just to see where the chaos takes them.
We'll pass you over to Sean now. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Big thanks to Meeples and Dragons and Ardent Roleplay for that. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's my honor to have everyone here with me today. I'm going to introduce everybody else first. We have Pete. Pete, do you want to introduce your character real quick?
My character is Garu Wamba, the human divination wizard.
Excellent. Matt from Dungeon Glitch.
Hello. I will be playing the illustrious Professor Viltra, a warlock.
I haven't actually had any warlocks in my campaign so far, so this is going to be fun.
Fantastic.
We have Chris D20.
Hey, I'm Chris. I will be playing. Remember who I'm playing? Balos Clearblood. He's going to be a paladin. He's also a minotaur too. So let's see how this goes. As usual.
Yeah. All right. Eli, do you want to introduce your character?
I'm playing Renshana Songweaver, who is a Kalistar bard, sword bard.
Okay, that sounds cool too. And Matt, do you want to introduce your character? Oh, hang on, we've got some mixed up little icons here. Hamish, do you want to introduce your character?
That's all good. I'm playing Wendell Hardblossom. He's a monk who follows the way of the mercy.
All right, that sounds fantastic. And I am Sean Sunday.
And I am your dungeon master.
Today is going to be a really fun game. A big shout to Tiltify and Jasper's Game Day. We are going to have some great rewards going. You can give the players disadvantage and advantage. You can give me disadvantage and advantage, some re-rolls and wild magic surges. If you type in !donate, that will take you to the Tiltify website where you can choose a reward for the players or myself if you want to see me torture the players a bit more. And we're also going to have some giveaways through. If you have a look in the Tiltify, you will see, I believe it's a $2 reward, which is for the raffle. And we're going to be giving away a set of blacksmith dice from D&D Beyond. And also, I'm having a mental blank. What was the other giveaway? A copy of the Hero's Feast. That's right. Sorry, it's been one of them days and my memory is not what it used to be. So, Hero's Feast and a set of blacksmith's dice if you enter that raffle. And without further ado, this adventure is oozing with excitement. Other people are going to be jelly that they didn't watch it. And the players are going to be quivering with fear. So let's get started with it today. Allow me 1 second to introduce the setting.
The party finds themselves in the city of Mulmaster, having been recruited by the Lord's Alliance. They've received a letter each from Angwin Mattock, urging them to come swiftly, urging each guild to send their best adventurers to aid them. Over 100 citizens have disappeared already, and it has just been 10 days. They don't know why or where the citizens are disappearing. And they need help. In the Zent ghettos, the disappearances are occurring more and more frequently. So join our players on their first patrol as newly deputized guards of the city of Mulmaster.
It is a wet, breezy, blustery night. It is kind of miserable, but you're making your way around the city. You each arrived separately and really did not get a chance to get acquainted before you were thrust out on patrol. I encourage you to take a moment to introduce yourselves to each other and prepare to help each other protect the city. How did each of you arrive? Where did you come from? Where did you go? I'm not going to finish that.
Right, I'll kick off. So there's a small halfling, big, thick, bushy, curly hair, ready smile, introduces himself as Wendell Hardblossom. I've hailed all the way from the Moonshade Isles, just here to lend my hand wherever I possibly can. Just heard there's a lot of grief going on, just want to do whatever I can to help out.
Excellent. Jel, where did you come from? What's your story? How did you arrive here?
Jill doesn't know how they arrived here, just that there was an urge to come and help. An urge that they're not quite sure why that has come about. And they're trying to assess that at the same time, but nevertheless, they have turned up to help. Jel doesn't actually speak.
Okay.
You cannot see through the armor that Jel is wearing, but you can all hear Jel telepathically.
Okay. Viltra, how did you come to be in the city of Mulmaster?
I've come in further pursuit of my studies. Primarily, I am often investigating what some would call the paranormal, but it is more or less just celestial ongoings, and seeing it is my bloodline, as you can see from my Asimar appearance. I've come to lend my expertise in this case, if you will.
Excellent. Garu, how did you arrive to the city? What possessed you to come and help out in this situation?
Yes, I'm actually from quite far away from here, and it's actually been my visions, my divinations that have led me here to this point. And so the name that I actually have actually means crazy uncle, because where I'm actually from, people thought I was crazy for these visions, but they've led me to where I am today.
Ren, what possessed you to journey to the Zent ghettos in Mulmaster?
Well, it's my father who sent me to here. He received the letter in hope and sent me to in his stead. I arrived in a carriage and I exited with finer robage and with my chin a little bit high. But even though it's raining and it's uncomfortable, I'm still kind of standing out there in the rain with everybody else, not really minding it.
Excellent. And Balos, what brought you?
Balos came by boats, and given the heavily armoured Minotaur that he is, you can see there's a slight difference to his weapons. And clearly in the way that he's dressed, he is fulfilling some sort of oath of redemption. The weapons he's got seem to be heavily leaded, so rather than sharp and lethal they normally are, they seem to be almost encased in a certain type of lead, which makes them much slower, much blunter to use. But he doesn't seem to notice any difference or weight. And frequently, as he stops amongst the city, he's making sure that the poor are well looked after where possible.
Fascinating. Well, you've all been making your way through the city, and so far the evening has been quiet. Nothing doing. But as you make your way towards the merchant district, you suddenly hear the shattering of glass and the cries urgently as a man comes barreling out of the bakery and cries out to you, "Help! Help me, please!" You hear another crash from within the bakery, and you see his eyes widen, panic just coming over his face as he bolts between the group of you and slithering out of the window with pseudopods wiggling comes this amorphous, blobby mess, grey, brackish fluid wiggling out of the window. Roll initiative.
We're straight into it, I see. All right.
That is 14 for me.
Ultra 16.
Okay.
Garu 10.
Kendall got a 15.
Joel got a 13.
Okay, 13. And Balos, what?
6.
6, okay. Okay. So, that means, Viltra, you're up first. This blob is oozing towards you as Pendar cowers. Probably, honestly, right between you, Jill, and the Minotaur.
All right. Do I know what it is?
Look, roll me, not arcane, roll me a nature check.
Nature check. 16.
Okay, so you don't know exactly what it is, like what the specifics of its weaknesses and things like that, but you know that it is an ooze, and you know that it's gonna be tough to kill.
Okay.
You instantly recognize that it is a jelly, an ooze, a slime of some sort.
All right. Here comes.
And you know
Eldritch
better than to let it
Blast.
touch your bare skin.
Lovely.
Eldritch Blast, go ahead.
Eldritch Blast, and I'm going to see if I can get this poor baker to take a few steps back with me. So Eldritch Blast. I have a 19.
Okay, that is definitely a hit.
Excellent. 11 damage.
Oof, okay.
I also have the what is it? The repulsion hit, so maybe I can move it back. I don't know if that'll work on a slime though.
How does that work?
Repelling blast. When you hit a creature, with Eldritch Blast. You can push the creature up to 10 feet away from you in a straight line.
Okay, yeah, no, that's gonna work. But I'm gonna say because of the sticky and wet nature of the ooze, that it's only gonna work half as much as you want it to.
Sure.
So you hit it and you hear a sizzling sound. And you hear it, you hear it sizzle, and then you hear it thump and a splatter as it oozes back down the wall and starts to reform, wiggling. But then, Balos, roll me a perception check.
Perception. That is an unclean 20.
Okay, you spin as you hear behind you, and an ooze appears to have wiggled between the cobblestones and appears directly behind you. Roll me one attack. Wendell, roll me a perception check.
15?
That's a hit. Roll me damage.
I got an 8 on the perception.
Okay. You do not notice as a third ooze appears beside you, disguised in the muck. And thankfully, as its whip-like tendril reaches for you, it just misses, whiffing your beard ever so gently. And you can feel the stench filling your nostrils. How much damage do you do, Balos?
11 points, slashing.
Okay, and you said that your weapons were leaded, right?
Yep.
Well, I got bad news for you, buddy. You are going to take some acid damage on that. You are going to take a -1 penalty to your damage rolls. And after every time you do more damage, you will take another -1 point. If your penalty drops to -5 before you fix your sword, it is destroyed.
It's lucky I'm a walking arsenal then.
But you do see immediately the ooze shrinks, much like the first ooze shrank, to half its size as you cleave a large portion of it off, and it splatters across the footpath. Ultra, do you have anything else that you can do on your turn before we move on to Wendell?
Just double checking real quick. No, I think that's gonna do it. Oh, sorry. I also have the agonizing blast on my Eldritch Blast, so we could do an additional 3 damage.
Okay. Well,
sorry about that.
Yeah. It's just a teeny tiny bit smaller again. Okay, Wendell, you have been startled by this ooze. You currently can still feel the humidity and the stench surrounding your face. What do you want to do?
Right. Wendell will give out like a surprise little squawk and will just reflexly try and club it with his staff for a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that'll be awesome. A whole 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. That and what is your weapon?
Quarterstaff.
Okay. And so it's like a wooden quarterstaff, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then your weapon is still okay for now.
All right. So I'm going to use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike, and I'm going to try and punt this thing across the road.
Okay.
And so I rolled a natural 1, but because I'm a halfling, I need luck. Thank goodness.
Okay.
And get a 14.
Okay. Yep.
And that's better. That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage this time, but that's with my foot.
Okay, yeah, roll me a constitution save.
That's pretty good. Constitution, that's 19.
Okay, yep, that's good. You take 1 point of acid damage to your foot.
Ow.
And you see the little halfling hairs sizzle off the top of your foot.
That's not cool.
Ren, what do you want to do?
Ren would like to go to that small one in front, get as close as 5 feet, and she's gonna pull her swords from her robes. So she's gonna kind of push her robes aside, and she's gonna pull out 2 brass-looking sigmentars. And as she pulls them out, they kind of have this like tone sounding like a singing bowl. And then she's going to swing them together, and she's going to crack them both together and cast Thunderclap. And Ooze got to make a con saving throw of 13.
Okay, well, let's try that. Constitution saving throw. It fails.
Sweet.
It fails real bad.
That will be... that will be 4 points of lightning damage.
Okay. You hear this thing just bellow. A weird, breathy, bubbly, mouthless bellow. And it shrinks again. It's about the size of a bowl of Jell-O that you'd see on a plate now, you know? Except way grosser and stinkier. Is there anything else that you can or want to do on this turn?
I think that's all I can do. I'll be good.
Okay. Gunnar, roll me a perception check.
That is a natural 20.
Okay. What have you got in the way of cantrips?
Firebolt, mold earth, and light.
Okay. Roll whatever you need to roll for firebolt as you sense the mud between you, Ren, and Gel start to shift and twist.
Oh no.
And another ooze appears between you.
Yep, that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that is 3 damage.
Roll me a constitution save.
That's a 6.
Okay, so you see your firebolt cascades over the top of this ooze, sizzling it and evaporating a portion of the top of it. The smoke and the clinging goop just fills your nostrils. You have disadvantage on perception for the next rest of this particular combat. Perception checks that rely on smell, that is.
Yep.
Gel, what do you want to do? Upon seeing some of your brethren pour out of this building and attack this poor man.
Gel's going to turn around to the one in the middle that's in between Ren and Garu and myself, and take a step forward and then stop and hesitate for a moment, and then take another step forward and swing. And I'll make a attack with my crystalline-looking scimitar.
Okay, as you do that, Garu, roll me a D100.
93.
Okay.
That's good.
As Gel's sword swings through the air towards this ooze, you feel your own power well up inside you. And starting at your feet, you feel a little bit off balance for a second as your feet start to swell and warp, followed by your calves, and your hands suddenly increase to the sides of cast iron skillets. And before you know it, you are twice the size you were a moment ago, as you cast Enlarge on yourself, thanks to a wild magic surge from Crosscore.
Nice, thank you.
Gel, how much damage did you roll?
I rolled a 14 to hit.
That hits.
All right. For some damage. That's going to be 8 points.
That's a big wizard.
8 points of slashing damage, and I'm going to grapple the ooze.
Okay. And your weapon
As a
is
bonus
crystalline,
action,
isn't it?
It is crystalline, but as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to grapple it as well.
Okay, and it's the one in the middle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The one in the middle.
That you're attacking.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So this thing has halved in size, and it is wiggling between you and Garu.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have to do for your grapple?
Just a standard grapple, so contested strength. I'm guessing.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Jesus. All right. What did you roll?
16.
Yeah, you got it. You are like sitting on this thing essentially. It's wiggling little pseudopods, flailing in the air. And yeah, for the chat, yes, it's a mixture of Arkenforge and Dungeon Fog. We're running it using Arkenforge, and the animated elements are all from Arkenforge, but I built the maps in Dungeon Fog before porting it in. What do you want to do now that you have this thing grappled?
I'm just gonna hold it.
Do anything else?
No, I'm just gonna hold it there.
You're just gonna hold it there?
Yep.
Okay. Got it. It's your turn. What do you want to do?
I would like to move away from the slimes if I can.
Okay, how far back do you want to go?
Well, I've got 30 feet, so I can move 30 feet. And I can reach.
Let's put you over here then. And let me just make the green area a little bit bigger so that everyone can still see you. Okay. And now that you have backed up, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna firebolt the big ooze.
All right, do that. Roll your attack.
That's a 13 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that is 6 damage.
Okay. So again, this thing quivers and shrinks. And it's sort of blackened and blistered and bubbly. And as it wiggles, you can hear the crust that you've burned onto it cracking and flexing as it wiggles. It's still alive, but it's considerably smaller. And I actually forgot to make the oozes go. So they're going to go now.
That's fine. We're okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
They were supposed to go between Gel and Gadu, so they're going to go now. And they're going to hopefully not immediately fail. All right. So this one here is going to move 10 feet. And let's see what happens. Whoa, does a 10 hit?
No.
On you, Gadu?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so this thing just, it's honestly comical. It's flippy wigglers just fail at you ineffectually, just out of range. The small one here is going to sneak on over to Ren. Does an 11 hit?
No, it does not hit.
Same deal. You just hear a wet slapping in the puddle next to you. Fudge me. Wendell, does a 6 hit?
Well, that one's grappled. That's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, it is. That one's over here with you, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually, at the start of its turn, it takes 2 points of acid damage if it's not resistant or immune.
It is resistant.
Then 1 point of acid damage.
Okay.
Every little point counts.
If it could look at you, it would be giving you the stink eye. Well, in that case, this little one here is going to sneak up on Balos. Does a 14 hit? Well, yeah. Once again, wiggly little flippers just spinning in the air, and it does nothing. Balos, you're up.
Okay, so for my first attack, I will attack the strange one. I believe that gives.
Yep.
Does it give me an advantage?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on that.
Cool. Okay, let's see if we can get rid of this one quickly.
You know what? I'm gonna swap from my skull dice today. I just realized for this particular adventure, I should definitely be using my gelatinous cube dice. Especially with all these tiny, tiny, tiny rolls I'm getting right now.
Even with my -1, that is a 19 to hit on the first one.
Okay, yep, that definitely hits.
And that is... and that's 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay, yeah, that thing just splatters all over both of your armors and vanishes.
Then take 2 quick steps to the other ooze close by and then attack that one as well, please.
Okay, go for it.
20 -1, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll 100% do it.
And that is 9 points of damage slashing. And then now -2.
Okay. Yeah, so that one is now the size of a golf ball. And just grey muck runs up. And now don't forget that you have now just taken another 2 negatives to your sword.
Yep.
Yep. One for each attack.
Yep.
So that is now -3. You may be losing that sword soon if this fight isn't resolved. So back to the top of the order with Viltrude. What do you want to do, buddy?
Let's see here. I'll see if I can move this baker a little farther away from the slime that's on the other side of our fighter here. And I'm gonna...
You don't have to tell me twice.
I fire off an Eldritch Blast to assist our wizard.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wheel back, hands gonna glow all nice and blue with the agonizing ripples of red, and just sail right through the rain, right at this thing. Got a 10.
That'll do it.
Oh, all right.
How's your damage go?
Damage is 9 plus 3.
Okay, so
12.
that thing literally just sizzles away and is gone.
Excellent.
There's nothing left but, for a split second, a pile of ashes at the feet of Garu until the rain washes it away. Have you got anything else you can do on your turn?
I'm just going to clear my throat and say, just in case it wasn't quite obvious, you probably don't want to touch these things, and be mindful of any weaponry or gear, perhaps avoid any type of contacts.
All right. Well, that means that we're up to Wendell. What do you want to do, buddy? You got to get revenge for that foot hair.
Yeah, no, that was not cool. So there's one left.
Yes.
Wendell's going to hold his...
Two left.
Oh,
There's the itty bitty teeny tiny one. Actually, there's the golf ball sized one.
Yep.
And then there's the one that's about the size of a baseball in front of Ren.
Let's go the baseball one. So I'm going to Wendell's going to grab his staff like a golf club, and he's going to do a running attack and just try and basically tee it over the side of the building.
Okay. Roll me your attack.
That is holy bajoli. That's another 22 to hit.
Okay, so you hit this thing and it just, picture whacking a grape with a sledgehammer. And it's gone.
Outstanding. Totally down with that. Go. There's still
Can you do anything else on your turn?
There's the tiny golf ball sized one left now too, isn't there?
Yes.
All right, then
Just over here.
I will pivot and I'll turn and I will try and kick that one then with my bonus attack, unarmed strike.
How much movement do you have total?
35.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, here we go. Who needs hairs on my toes anyway? That is a 19.
Okay, and roll me a Constitution saving throw as this thing just goes over your foot and then slides off and into the night.
Oh, that's not quite so good. 12.
Okay, no, I'll give that one to you. You're okay. You lose some more feet hair, but you don't take any damage this time as the rain slicks off the remainder of the ooze before it can burn you.
I'll just kind of get down and try and wipe off the rest of it and make sure there's nothing left and just check the extent of the damage on the hair.
It's imagine just a little bit past 5 o'clock shadow, but all charred and melted.
Right. Wendell's just going to take a moment just to, get over the fact that he's lost some of his feet here.
Just pour some out for it.
Oh, oh my God, that was amazing. Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome. Where did they come from, those oozes?
I don't know. I was in the kitchen, and then suddenly one of them appeared out through the door, but near my oven, and they just started attacking. I don't know why they're here or what they're doing, but thanks to you, me and my shop are, we're safe.
Well, we should probably check on some of your neighbors. Seems we have a bit of a ooze problem, I guess.
I don't really have any neighbors.
That's good news.
I'm sure if you're here, you have heard about the disappearances. I'm the last shop on my block. Everybody else has been taken.
So how come you've managed to stay this long then?
I don't know. They, at various times of the day, various times of the night, people have just gone about their business and never come home. I guess I'm a bit of a homebody, really. If I'm not baking, I'm reading. So I guess I just got lucky and I haven't been out in the streets alone.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Never trust the baker.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's 3.
Even with the terrible roll, you can tell that Pendar is terrified for his life and grateful that he hasn't been taken.
Can Gil go for a walk around the bakery?
Yes, please, come. I'll take you inside and you can. I'll feed you. It's the least I can do for saving me.
I'll cast light. Perhaps that'll also add to some vision here.
You shouldn't need to. Now that his door is open and the torches will shine through the window, you can all follow him into the house. Do you want to just follow straight in, or is there anything you'd like to do with your gear or anything before following him?
Is there any chance a mend would help with these acid sword damage?
I would give that. I would allow that.
I can mend all day. I got you.
Carlos gives you that nod and busy been trying to clean slime off his blade there. Can we see if there is anyone else around the street? Is it as empty as he says?
Roll me a perception check.
Sure. No, too busy. Just it's the smell of the fresh bread. It's obviously deeply distracting. Or a beer, one of the two.
Yeah. Well, looking up and down the street, you can't see anyone. You didn't see anyone on your patrol through this neighborhood. And from where you are now, you can't see lights on anywhere but this shop.
Cool. Into the bakery.
So walking into the bakery, you can see that it is a small little room with 2 tables and a few benches here. And this is obviously the storefront where he does most of his trade. And a couple of tables where people can stay and enjoy their pastries through the day. You can see some bookshelves over in the corner. You can see a couple of pieces of bread and some oil and sort of a nut paste on the table. Pendar was obviously also snacking while he was baking.
Do we get a sense where these oozes came from? I mean, have they left trails to show?
You can roll me an investigation check.
Balos looks to his more learned friends, who are probably better than this, than the paladin, and gives a shrug. Slime.
Yes, I'll give an assist.
I'll assist you. How's that?
Certainly. You said investigation, was it?
Yes.
I have an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you can notice that there's like slimy residue on the floor leading into the kitchen and potentially out the back door. What have I got here? Ren and Wendell. As you walk into the store, you both notice sort of a scratching and a rustling sound from atop the bookshelf. And as you look around, you can see a small tawny owl sitting on top of the shelf, watching you all very intently.
Anybody else see the owl up there?
You. I'll like kind of like reach out and like make a clicking noise to like see if it'll come and land on my hand.
If an owl could have an expression, it would be pure disdain at you clicking at it.
The owl seems a bit pissed. I don't think it likes that. Have we got like a mouse or something we can feed it or something? No. What do owls eat?
They eat anything, but I'm not carrying anything. Oh, well, actually, I have a ration. I'll like pull out a ration, see if the owl will come to me.
Okay. What is your ration? What does Ren eat?
I probably just have like a nice piece of like dried meat that I'm just gonna hold up.
Okay, so as you do, the owl, and it sort of investigates your hand and then sort of turns to the side a little bit and just expels a furry lump of something and then pointedly looks back at you.
I'm very disgusted by it. I'm gonna leave.
I'll have a look at the fairy lump of something and see if it's a fairy lump of something interesting.
How tall are you?
Halfling foot
I'm
head.
a halfling, so what, about 3 foot, maybe?
Yeah, this is a 6 foot bookshelf.
So it expelled it on top of the bookshelf.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the bookshelf.
Right, okay.
But
yeah.
it's just like a hairball, essentially.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's fine. That can sit up there with its grossness, and I'll just leave it alone as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's really interested in anything dried.
Is everyone watching this owl? Is that like everyone's like focused on the owl at the moment and it coughing up some type of hairball? DM?
Well, that's up to you. These two have noticed it. Have the rest of you following what they're doing? Or do you want to look around and talk to Pendar? What would you like to do?
If everyone's distracted, I want to eat the food on the table.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Pendar gestures to you and says, "Help yourselves, friends. Please enjoy."
How much is on the table?
2 loaves and sort of a bowl of oil with spices in it and like a nut paste that looks like kind of like a cashew dip or something.
I take it all, including the plates, knives, and cutlery.
Okay.
If no one's paying
Panda
attention,
looks at
then if like everyone's distracted, then that's what I'm doing.
Panda just looks at you and is like, strange pose, but all right.
I just turn around, start looking around the room.
Well, I can't thank you all enough. Also, Pete, you would remember this from last game. How long does enlarge last for?
10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, so at this point, just remember that your wizard hat is like rubbing on the roof still. You probably got another 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry, no, it's 1 minute.
What? Does anybody want to investigate? Does anybody want to try to catch the bird, go out into the kitchen? What do you want to do from here? You can see there's down in the bottom left, there's a door leading out into what is obviously the kitchen. The bird is still watching all of you. It looked disturbed by Go, but it's just looking around, moving from each of you, trying to figure out what your deal is.
Does anyone know anything about birds? I mean, apart from they've got like feathers and wings and stuff.
I know they're rude.
I mean, this one obviously is food and is, you know. But
well, sure. Do I know anything specific about owls? Do a check for you.
What check do you want to roll?
Perhaps I can assume it's someone's familiar and try an Arcana, or if not, then
okay,
I do nature.
Go ahead, roll me an Arcana check.
Not one. 4. I think that's a bird.
Like, that's an owl. You just sort of point him like, owl.
So, given that prompt, Balos turns to the baker. Is that your pet?
Oh, no, that's not my bird. I don't know how that got in here. I mean, the window is broken, so I'm assuming it came in through the window. But it is making a mess of my shop, which isn't very nice.
Right. Is anyone here good with animals? Wow. Just wow. You've got a party of completely non-easy animal friends. Okay.
I will telepathically ask the baker, I've forgotten his name just right now, but I'll ask him if he'd like me to get rid of the bird for him.
And you see, like, what the? What?
And while that's weirdness is happening, Balos will take a small piece of fresh meat out of his pouch and then hand it towards the owl to see if it takes that.
The owl looks more intrigued by that. It's not convinced, but it's more curious. You could probably roll me a persuasion check or an animal handling check.
22.
Okay. The owl sort of leans down a bit more, and you hear it sort of go in your general direction with its beak.
I'm assuming it thinks I'm a tree.
It's interested in whatever you're holding, but it doesn't want to come down.
Okay. Well, I'm quite large, so since it's 6 foot, I'm actually bigger than the shelf, but never mind. So just literally just proffer the meats to it on the thing next to it and see if it eats it, and then take it another strip.
Okay. Yeah, it picks it up and just sort of done.
Yeah, do the same thing you do with cats. You kind of give that line, and if it wants to come to you, it comes to you. And if not, it's going to try and claw your eyes out. So we'll start with the sensible.
Roll me an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Sure. Well, one was a natural 20 and the other's a 17. So that's an 18 in total.
Okay, so it takes the second bit of meat and it flaps past you and lands on the table. And it's still eyeing you all suspiciously, doing that whole turning its head 180 degrees thing.
Can Ren head into the kitchen?
Sure thing. Ren can head into the kitchen.
Yeah, Wendell will follow along. Birds are stupid.
So Balos looks for the halfling who is going to ask to catch it because he's really fast and like, size. Looks to the mages, it kind of shrugs. Anything? Do you have anything?
Yeah, do any of the mages want to do anything while Ren and Wendell wander into the kitchen?
After checking out this bird that I don't fully understand, I'm going to assist in the kitchen and see if I can pick up a trail there.
Okay. The three of you emerge into the kitchen and you can see the slime trails leading towards the back door, just over beside the oven. And you can see that it's not a very well lit room. There's a few benches with some vegetables and flour scattered across them. And yeah, the trail leads to the back door and presumably out of it.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the back door and like just push it open and see if I can see anything just at the door before I walk out.
Okay. You can just see again on the outside, just like the storm, the wind, the rain continuing on, and any evidence of the oozes has been washed away. You can tell that they went out that way, but not where they went from there.
There's no like drainage system or anything that might suggest that they came from somewhere like underground.
Not within eyesight.
Eyesight.
It's just the back of the block and a cobblestone street. You could potentially talk to Pendar some more and see if he knows anything more about the strange happenings going on, or you can keep working on the owl.
Press that owl.
So, just for everyone there, this is the rest of the bakery that you can see so far.
I'll just curiously investigate the rest of the kitchen to make sure there isn't a slime still hiding here or anything like that. Also to see if there's any chance it may have been eating any of the regular food or if it is just carnivorous townsfolk.
You can see the ooze trails like deliberately go straight towards where you assume Pendar was chopping, and then veer towards that front door and out the window where you encountered them. So whatever they were doing, they were after him.
Is there a room on the other side of that east, that wall?
No,
right.
There's literally just the exit to the street outside.
Gotcha.
So I'll wander back through to the other room, and I'll ask Balos. So were you? Sorry, I might have completely missed something that you said before, but were you wanting to try and catch this owl?
We may as well take it out and see. But owls like this don't usually turn up in buildings with humans, so it's sitting right there and about your height. So why not grab it? Don't kill it, just grab it.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to kill it at all. It's a poor innocent bird. It's probably a little bit high for me. Like I'm only about 3 foot. The shell's about 6 foot.
Oh, it's on the table now.
It's on the table now. Yeah. Excellent. Then I will try and very slowly very carefully sneak up on the owl and grab it.
Okay, roll me a dexterity check.
Okey-dokey.
Actually, first roll me a stealth check, then roll me a dex check.
All right. Okay, 2 chances to fail. Yeah. My stealth. All right, stealth check. Stealth check is a 19.
Okay. Yeah, the owl is still distracted watching the big minotaur that was feeding it meat.
Right, and then just a straight dex check. That is a solid. Oh, go, Mr. Dice. 18.
Okay, so yeah, you just whip out and clamp down on this thing. And it is startled. What do you want to do with it?
I'll just hold it at Balos and go, you wanted it, here it is.
So I'll also take out a small bag and put the hood over its head to calm the owl. Like what they do with hawks.
Okay, roll me a dexterity check to do that without hurting the owl.
Oh,
Because it's wiggling.
yeah,
It doesn't
14.
want. What was it?
14. Belos isn't the most dexterous, but 14.
Okay, so as you are putting the hood on, one of your, sort of janky, jagged minotaur fingernails catches a feather and plucks one feather off the owl. And suddenly it explodes in a shower of purple motes of light, and the hood falls on the ground.
Oh my god, you killed the owl! Just. Owls don't explode, do they?
Not like that.
That's.
Looks to the mages. Was this one of your familiars by any chance?
Hey,
Not mine. My hawk's on my shoulder.
that's pretty suspicious, to be honest. I've never seen an owl do that. And look, I got to tell you, a few days ago, I did see some weird person with like a big robe herding a few people into a storm drain. I thought that was a bit weird, but I was also a bit drunk and I wasn't sure I saw it. But, putting 2 and 2 together with that and a vanishing owl, I'd say that might be a little something.
Thank you. Those facts would have been slightly more useful earlier. Where was this drain?
Like I said, I was drunk and I didn't think I actually saw what I saw, but now that there's vanishing owls, it makes sense. So, look, I'll take you to where I saw the drain, but you're gonna go in by yourself. I'm not going in there.
Yes. Do you have any sandwiches to go?
Yeah, all right, here. And he walks into like a kind of like a meat cupboard. It's like a big ceramic cupboard, and pulls out a few pre-made sandwiches wrapped in like baker's paper.
Yeah, one moment. Jel, you seem to be hungry. Perhaps you would like to... And then Belos kind of stands back and lets Belle do what Belle does so well.
Yeah, Joel will definitely take some and then walk back out into the kitchen while everyone's in this main room and consume everything that's in there. Anything that's edible will be consumed.
All right. Roll me
and
a
actually not edible
save.
is fine too. What was that, Sean?
Roll me a con save.
I don't need to roll a con save. Come on.
You and eating stuff.
Yes. In my hometown, we call this the munchies.
That's a 13.
All right, so you're not sick or anything, but you, for the next in-game hour, have 2/3 of your movement speed as you're digesting all of this crap that you just put into you.
Okay, easy enough.
So, yeah, you can't move as fast as you could before until you finish digesting.
I'll shamble back out of the kitchen and telepathically say to Balos, "Thank you," and walk out the door into the street.
Okay. And Pendar walks you up the street, nervously, staggering in the midst of all of you, and brings you to a wall towards the edge of the neighborhood. And when he does this, you will see ahead of you,
recessed into the wall, is a partially collapsed culvert framed by bars of twisted, jagged metal. It is choked with garbage, debris, and refuse, and rivulets of fetid water pool and eddy at the entrance, giving off a noisome stink that assails your nostrils and makes your eyes water. A procession of muddy footprints track their way past the ruined grate and into the darkness.
you've been told of an attack some time ago by the elemental cults. And the sewers of Mulmaster suffered extensive damage during this attack. Whole sections were completely destroyed in the earthquake's aftermath, and fresh tunnels leading into places long sealed shut or long abandoned crisscross the network of sewers now. What would you like to do?
Can I suggest the more dexterous go ahead of us and Balos bangs the heavy plate he's wearing? Sounds pretty much like, a bunch of kettles being thrown down the street every time he walks.
I would say that'd be Ren and Pendar then. Sorry, Wendell, not Pendar. Pendar's already fucking run off back to the bakery.
Damn bakers. Yeah.
Good luck!
Yeah, I'm happy to try and scout ahead. It's I'm assuming it's quite dark down there.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
I will go.
So I can't see in the dark, unfortunately. So has anybody got any like magic, or I can just light a torch or something?
I can cast light.
Yep.
Okay, what do you want to cast light on?
For effect, I'll just cast it on. What do I have here?
Well, I've got my staff. You could just cast it on the end of that.
Done.
Boom.
Right on your staff.
Okay, Wendell's got a glow stick.
Absolutely. Party time. Okay. Ren, are you going to come along, or?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. What do you want to do as you approach this hole in the wall?
Just peer down at first and see what we can actually sort of see inside to start off with.
Yeah, okay. Ren, roll me an investigation check. Wendell, roll me a perception check.
I got a 9.
Got a 19.
Okay. Thanks to Wooten Forge, you got a reroll.
Ooh.
Boom.
Boom. Thank you. That will be a 13.
Okay. So you can see that the metal around the bars that are torn and rent on this grate are pitted and worn, similar to how Balos' sword was pitted and worn during the fight against the Grey Oozes, as if broken using acid. Wendell, what did you roll?
I got a 19.
Okay, so you can see footprints, quite a few footprints, leading into the tunnel through the grate and into the darkness beyond. You can see about 15 feet or so into the tunnel. It dips and there's darkness beyond. And you can see the top of a ladder, like a rope ladder, dangling at the end of the corridor.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's been a bunch of people coming in and out of here, so I don't know.
Definitely the oozes.
But the oozes leave footprints. I mean,
No.
I didn't. I mean,
But Pendar mentioned a man, so maybe the man, it brings the oozes out or leads them?
yeah. I hadn't thought of that. That could be a thing. Well, should we go in and have a look? There's that rope to climb down, or the ladder.
Sure. You first?
Sure.
Shall I?
No, I'm happy to go first. Possibly.
Okay. So are you two going by yourselves? Are you bringing everybody with you?
Well, what do the rest of you want to do? Do you want us to go ahead a little bit and then, like...
Yeah. So if we can give them 20, 30 foot, just to, because wearing plate mail is going to basically bring the party to us, so we can avoid that where possible. And given we've got a number of powerful mages with fancy robes, I'm guessing about 20, 30 foot worth of space, but open to...
Well, I could do something. How far was the down that hallway?
15 to 20 feet. You can see that it dips.
If anybody can stay within eyesight with me, I could relay things back telepathically. So if we need your help, I can just do it without causing an alarm.
Gerald says that's definitely something he could do. He'll be taking up the rear with his shambling speed at the moment.
Okay. Viltra, what about you?
I'm going to follow right behind Gel and just be touching light on random parts of the tunnel as we go. Lasts for an hour each, so.
All right, so the two of you come uneventfully to the edge, and over the lip, you can see that the rope ladder drops down, and it has been, like the wooden parts of the ladder and the rope, it's smooth, it's not rough, it's been used quite a bit. And you can see below it quite easily, about 20 feet drop, is the floor of the sewer. And it's clear. There appears to be nothing that is damaged or no danger, no creatures are waiting.
Okay. I'll scuttle down the ladder then.
Okay. Ren, are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to look back at somebody and telepathically tell them that it's safe up until the ladder, but we're going to go down.
Okay, both of you roll me a strength check.
Oh,
no.
This isn't going to be good.
That is an 18 for me.
That would be a solid 6.
Oops. Okay, roll me a dex check, buddy. Dex save, sorry.
Dex save. Okay, I'm a bit more behind that. He said rolling a 2, so that's a 7.
Oh dear. Oh no. Okay. Right. Well, let me just grab on one of these. Okay, and one of these. Oh no.
Possibly go wrong climbing down.
You take 7 falling damage as your grip loosens on the ladder, and you slip, coming to a solid on the tiles below.
Ow! Be careful. The
Ren, what did you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Okay, you deftly wiggle on down the rope ladder and alight gently next to Wendell.
I'll reach down and help him up and dust him off. Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's. I meant to do that. It's all good. It's fine.
It's a little slippery. Be careful.
It's a little slippery. Just warn the others. I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay, and so in front of you, you can just see
that there is a large, well, not large, but decent-sized section of the room. Ahead of you, there is like an open sewer channel with a few planks sort of hastily stretched across them to act as a bridge to the other side. And you can't quite see down the other side of the room, but the darkness sort of narrows in and gets deeper to a point towards the center of the back of the room. Ren, do you have dark vision?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
No, I don't have dark vision.
That's okay. Although, what's the range on light, Matt?
It is 20-foot radius and then 20 feet additional dim light.
Okay, in that case, yeah, Wendell has got the appropriate amount of light then. Okay, so you two can see that. You can see ahead of you. You can just see like the edge of the open channel and that there are planks on your side of the bridge. The sewage is slowly chugging through this channel. It doesn't smell real good.
Should we
But
press on?
it appears to be safe, so you can call the others if you would like to.
Yeah, I think let's get the others here and then we'll keep going with this little plan. It seems to be working so far.
Yeah, I'll yell up the ladder for them to come. Come on, it's fine, it's safe.
Yeah.
Come
Having
on down.
seen,
Although the rope's slippery.
yeah, having
Really
seen
slippery.
Wendell bounce, is there any way to offer? I put up a rope, Sean, for example, just to make the descent a little bit easier for the rest of the party, since I have two squishy majors with me.
I mean, it is a rope ladder. You could attempt to put an extra rope on there if you want.
Yeah. So
Or
just
you
tie
could-
one against, just tie on the railing and grill you mentioned. Tie some rope to that and just string it down, just so it's an extra support to climb down with.
Sure. In that case, I'll give everyone an extra D4 to their roll to climb down the ladder.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go first?
Is that a strength check as well?
Yes.
Yeah. 19.
Okay. You plop on down. You tromp down the ladder and you land in the bottom. Everything seems good.
Try and assist any of my colleagues coming down.
Gel,
Much
Viltra,
appreciated.
Garu, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Are there also any rocks, like just
No,
like
it's just
small
a
pieces of
sewage.
bricks or anything like that?
Nah,
The debris.
it's just the only debris you can see right now are the planks ahead.
Gotcha. Okay. So I will. Yes. Let's. Here we go. Hey, I have an 11.
Okay, that's okay. You it wobbles a little bit on your way down, but you make it safely, and you're there.
Aha! Quite proud of myself.
Okay, Gel, Pete, who wants to go?
Yeah, I'll go next. And I rolled a 12 on the strength check.
Okay, yep. Again, you just wibbly wobbly a little bit on the way down, but you're safe. It's good.
Gel will shamble up to the edge and just drop off. And as he drops off the edge, I will use telekinesis or my telekinetic power to catch myself, move myself down, and land safely in a hero landing, and then stand back up.
I'm down with it. All right, you have all safely arrived, and ahead of you, you can see that there are two sets of planks reaching across the water. Well, you could arguably call it water. The stench is almost unbearable, but everything sounds clean and clear. and you can progress across if you would like to.
I'm gonna cross the bridge.
Yep. I'll tag along.
Do I recognize the stench?
Okay, which bridge are you going to cross?
Oh, sorry, Sean.
That's single plank.
Okie dokie. Roll me a dex check as you go across.
Oh no.
Dex. It's a 5.
No.
Oh no. Well, Kasplosh. Roll me a Constitution save
Oh no.
as you tumble into the sewage as the plank rocks and wobbles underneath you.
It's another 5. Throw this dice away.
Okay, let me just double check that.
You can handle oozes, but anything like just the normal world.
Yeah, right? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're poisoned for the next minute.
Oh no.
And I'm not going to make you roll a strength check to climb out. You can just wiggle out onto the other side.
I'm upset. I'm crying. Trying to get sewage off my robes.
Sean, do I recognize the smell? You said that there's a stench in here, that
Oh,
smell.
it's a sewer.
Just the sewer smell? Okay, right.
It's turds, my friend. It is just a river of floaters.
Oh.
I'm sure that makes Ren feel much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ren, can you roll me one more Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Sure. Oh, thank God. That is a 18.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. Nothing happens. Who wants to go next? Hey, Ben.
Yes.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Sure thing. Oh, it's not great. It's an 8. Wisdom save, sorry? Did you say? Or
Yeah,
wisdom
wisdom
check?
save.
Oh, wisdom save. It's 8.
Wisdom save. Okay. You feel just in the back of your mind, just a bit of a presence, a bit of an urge. If you had an amygdala, it would be tickling.
Can I reach out to it?
And no.
Okay.
It's just like an overwhelming sensation. And well, if you had blood, your blood would be starting to heat. You know, it wouldn't be quite boiling, but
okay.
You have disadvantage on wisdom saves for the foreseeable future. I will let you know when that wears off.
Oh, rough.
But you basically feel the you equivalent of the hairs on the back of your neck standing on end.
Sure. Awesome.
Who wants to go over the bridges next?
I approach the bridges and I say, well, I shall offer some guidance to whoever would like to go next.
Sure.
Didn't realize it would be that perilous.
Yep. What was the roll, Sean?
It's a dex roll. Well, it depends. Are you going over the big one or the little one?
Oh, the big one.
I tap you on the shoulder and just give you guidance.
So, yeah, hang on. Let me just check what check you've got to roll here. Yep. Okay, so as you make your way across the bridge, you suddenly stop halfway. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, 12.
You look down and you sort of notice that the surface of the bridge has started to shift and it looks like it's welded to your feet. Roll me a dex save.
Nine.
You feel the planks buckle and move, and suddenly, woof, you are tossed into the air, and you come careening down into the sewer with a god almighty smash as this pile of wood ripples and warps and bubbles and boils. And it turns back into its true form of a large mimic.
Falling into the sewer doesn't seem quite so bad now.
You are prone in the sewer. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. And everybody else, roll initiative.
14, Sean.
That's your con save?
Yep.
Okay, you're okay. You're okay.
That's a 7 for Ren.
Okay.
Viltra 14.
Bo 16.
I rolled a natural 20 for Wendell, so that's 23.
Oh shit.
Nice.
17 for Joe.
Okay. And what did you roll, Balos, for initiative?
That will be an 18.
Okay. Okay, so you have been surprised, so I get a surprise attack with my mimic. Now let me just open up my encounter with the details here. This thing is hideous. It's got these weird glowing orbs for eyes. It's got rigid bits that look like horns, but they're pulsating and moving. So they can't really be horns. And so many tentacles. Just so many. Breaker Paw has given Chris advantage on his next roll. For all those 4 a.m. starts supporting Jaspers and enjoying grim faded chaos with Morgan Peter Brown and Ron Ogden.
Awesome.
What does a... Where'd it go? Plus what to hit? Oh, hey, all right. That's a 19. Let me see what happens next here. 6 plus. Hang on. Wrong one. That's 6 bludgeoning damage. And while he's at it, it's gonna like rear up and move its weird face closer to you. Does an 18 hit? Okay. That is gonna be... nine piercing damage plus 10 acid damage.
Jill is going to project a telekinesis as a reaction, a telekinetic barrier around Balos and reduce that damage
Okay.
by 8 points.
Nice save. All right, I like that. I appreciate that. That's good. Okay, so going back to the top of the order now that it's had its sneak attack. Godu, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna shoot a fireball at it.
Okay.
Fireball.
Roll.
10 to hit.
Roll fireball. 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sure that doesn't cut it. It does not cut it. Your fireball just sort of blasts off its side and evaporates in the water.
That's all
Do
I've
you have
got.
anything else you can do on this turn?
No.
That's all? Okay. Viltra, what do you want to do, buddy?
Eldritch Blast. Let's do it. So.
Okay, go for it.
Yep, give him the old wind up. Got a 16.
Okay, that is a hit.
Hey, all right. Damage. That's 6 damage, but it will push it 10 feet.
Okay. So, yeah, you blast it back up against the wall. And it... as your Eldritch Blast sizzles into it. It's pretty pissed after that. And how much damage was that again?
Fiend. 6 damage.
Okay.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, like one of those little horny projections on its head just like sizzled off and then starts to regrow, popping and blistering as it does. Can you do anything else on this turn?
No, I'm gonna take a couple steps back though. Move closer toward the other corner of the room. There you go.
Okay. All right. Wendell, what do you want to do?
Can I, where it's positioned, can I get to it to be able to whack it with my staff?
What's your staff's range?
Just normal, so just 5 feet.
You can, but you're gonna roll a dex check as well as your attack to make sure that you actually hit it properly, because it's right at the edge of your reach.
Meh. No pain, no gain. I'll let out a warbling battle cry and charge this thing.
All right, let's do it.
The dex check first.
Yeah, roll me a dex check.
It's 18.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
All right. Staff. Staff's only a 10.
Ooh. That is, well, you reach it, right? But your staff just sort of goes boom and bounces back off.
Can I try and hit it with an unarmed strike as well for the bonus action?
Go for it. You can if you want.
Yeah. Ha! It's a 9.
Okay. That's a whiff. So it just your little hairy fist swings past and just clears it. Anything else you want to do while you're here?
No, that is
or can do. Okay, go. Bylos. You are prone in the sewer. So first things first, I'm going to need you to roll me another con save.
Three.
Okay, you are poisoned for the next minute. Roll me another con save.
Ooh. 8.
Okay, roll me a d4, please.
2.
Okay, note down the number 2 on your sheet somewhere.
Done.
And question mark. Okay, do you want to try to right yourself and climb out? Or are you going to wade through the muck and try to have at it?
Well, I'll get off from being prone in the first place, so stand up.
Yep.
I think give it a damn good chop, because it will get attacked if I do anything, I'm guessing.
Well, actually, you're out of 5-foot range, because it got blasted 10 foot back. So you would have to approach it 10 feet to get at it, unless you have the range.
No. So I'll just wade forward through the muck and go choppy von choppy at disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh, 13 and 14. So that is 18 to hit.
That's a hit. That's a big friggin' hit.
Okay. And because he's a pally, he's going to dump smite into it. So
nice.
Dice. Ooh, 3d8. Who knew that'd be a good thing? So that is 12. 21 points of damage.
Nice.
And
21, you say?
21 points of damage.
Okay. All right, so you cleave off like 2 tentacles and they shrivel and just pop as they fly through the air. And this thing just whips its head around you, and its weird eyes are like glowing and changing size, and its teeth grow a little bit longer. It's not happy.
You can join the club.
Can you do anything else on this turn?
Question life choices? Not really.
Okay. Who is it up next? Gel, you're up. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, at disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Not good. It's a natural 1.
Ooh. Okay. You feel a compulsion right now. You feel a compulsion to protect this thing. It's not controlling you, but you do feel an urge to protect it. What do you want to do? Do you want to try to overcome that urge? Are you going to do something to protect it that's not going to hurt your friends? What are you going to do?
I'm going to definitely try and overcome that urge, focusing on my Psy Warrior training, and try to fight that off if I can, as soon as I can.
How does that work?
Just as being a Psy Warrior, having that strength of mind to be able to try and fight something off. So depending on how you want to approach that, whether it's next turn or if I get the roll save at the end of next turn or whatever works for you.
At the end of this turn, you can roll another save.
Okay. Then I'll just walk towards it as part of the... I don't have much movement at the moment. I'm down to...
You are slowed down.
I'm down to 20 feet, so I can't really move very far. I'll move close.
To the edge of the water, though.
Yeah, I'll move towards it as part of that compulsion and then try to fight it off if I can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll
As my
me
action.
Your extra save.
At disadvantage still, of course.
I'll let you do it as a flat save because of your strength of mind. This time.
All right. 12.
Okay, so you are still feeling an urge to protect this thing, but you're not feeling an urge to hurt your friends. You know? You're sort of in that neutral zone. You don't want this thing to get hurt, but you also don't want to hurt your buddies.
Okay.
Gato, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to launch another fireball at it.
Okay. Do what you got to do. Okay, that is a miss. So you shoot it off, but it just sort of leaves a charred blast area on the wall behind it. Can you do anything else?
No.
Okay, Viltra. Hang on, I have messed this up. I'll fix that for the next round of the order. Ren.
Ren's gonna run over to at least 10 feet, and she's gonna take both of the swords that she has in her hands, and she's gonna strike the ground and cast Earth Tremor. And that is
Okay.
That is a dex save. 13.
Okay. So let me just double check this. All right. What was the save? 13?
A dex save, 13, yes.
Okay, thanks to the advantage my mimic has on that, it saves.
Oof. Okay. And then I guess the last thing I will do is expend a bardic inspiration to Balos.
Okay, cool. All right.
Strike my swords
In that
together.
case, it's now... Nice. Hang on. As the swords strike, Balos hears... and is overwhelmed with a new sense of courage. The mimic, however, rears back, and you can see the front of it sort of pulsing and swelling. I'm just like... as it spits acid. And that acid is going to go for, hang on, 5, 10, 15, 20. Viltra. You see just this massive glob of sizzling, greenish, yellowish fluid arcing through the air towards you.
Love.
I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, 17.
Okay, and you are going to take 15 points of acid damage. As you halve the damage thanks to your saving throw.
Oh my.
And now I have to wait until I can roll a recharge on the next turn before I can use that again. But since it has multi-attack, it is going to... An 18 hits, doesn't it, Balos?
Sure, and just before it hits our mage friend, Belos will use his fighting style, which is interception, to deflect. Use his shield to deflect the acid going towards his mage friend, and you get your damage reduced by 6 points.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank
Well
you very
done.
much.
It's okay. I don't think I'm here much longer. Keep going.
What did I get?
You hit an 18.
Yep, and I rolled 12 piercing damage. Plus 9 acid damage. Hang on, is that right? Yes, that is right.
Oh.
So that's 21 points of damage.
Yep, I'm down.
Somebody may want to save him. Wendell, you're up.
How? So I'm up on the bank. How deep is it into the water?
Mm-hmm. It's like a maybe half a foot drop into the water, but the water's about 10 feet deep.
All right, and considering my height, that's not going to help too much. Okay.
Sorry, it's 5 foot deep.
5 feet. Considering my height, that
But
doesn't.
that's still bad for you either way.
Yeah. I don't really want a mouthful of poop. Okay. I'm just going to go to town on this thing. So I'll just keep trying to wail away on it. So I'll try and bash it with my staff.
Okay, go for it.
With a what's that? A 21?
Yes, that is definitely a hit.
And that does. Oh yeah, that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I will use
That.
telekinetic shield on the mimic to reduce its damage by 7.
Okay, so that's 2 points of damage then.
Okay. I'm going to spend a key point
Okay.
to do Hand of Harm.
Okay.
So it takes an extra D4 plus 2 necrotic. So that's another 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Nice.
I'm then going to unarmed strike. Oh, balls. I mean, bother. That's a 7. That's, yeah.
Okay. So, Barmy, you said you have a telekinetic ability, right?
I do. It's
So-
technically on cooldown though.
And you have like a telepathic ability to speak
I
to
do.
people, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so have a think about this. Protecting this thing doesn't necessarily mean stopping it from getting hit and staying here. You can talk to it in the silence of your mind. Balos, what do you want to do? You got to roll a saving throw. That's right. Okay. Good. That's good. Okay.
However, I'm probably drowning as well, so work out what you're going to do with that.
I'm keeping that one in mind. Gel, what are you going to do right now?
Okay, so I can reach out to this thing now. I couldn't before, right? So I tried to reach out to it and sense that presence,
yeah.
and I couldn't. But now that it's here, I can do that.
Yeah, and now that you've helped it, it is more inclined to listen to you.
Okay, then I want to ask this creature why it is here and what is it doing. What is it doing here?
Okay. Easy meat. I feed here. It's just not a challenge at all. They bring me food. All I have to do is once a month or so, once every 5 rotations, I appear here, grab a couple of their little victims, and I'm satiated for a few weeks.
Who brings them here?
The person with the robes, I don't know who it is. All I know is that it's soft, fat little villages that feed me well.
Do they go further in or do they leave afterwards?
They keep going down the tunnel.
Then you don't need to eat us then, right?
No, but you stepped on me. And it's always good to have a snack.
Well, that I can definitely agree upon. If you let us pass, I can bring you many snacks, and I will pull up my chain mail and let a whole bunch of the food that I had slowly digesting fall out into the ground.
Curious. You are kin. Roll me a persuasion check.
It's not great. It's not great. It's,
With advantage.
Oh, now we're talking. Come on. No, it's not great.
You have a kinship to this creature.
I do. It's a 7. It's not good.
Look. If this is the best you can bring me, I don't have much faith that you can bring me a real meal. But since you are with these flesh bags, I have no desire to die here today. And
I can show you how to
dives
become...
into the muck.
Oh,
It dives
Okay.
below the muck and swims away.
We out of combat now?
You are.
I'm gonna dive into the water where Balos is
Mm-hmm.
and use my hands of healing to bring him back.
Good show.
So it spends a key point and
Mhm.
6 hit points.
Nice.
and I will reach down into the water and 2 tendrils will come out from my shield, grab both Wendell and Balos and assist them as they climb out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, with that, they get out safely, and the rest of you make it across the plank. And ahead of you, you can see the mouth of the sewer tunnel. Would you like to proceed deeper into the sewer?
Yes.
Do we, Belos, how are you going? I mean, you don't look great. You also smell terrible, but so do I, and so does Ren. In fact, we probably all do now.
Actually, can I cast prestidigitation on anybody who was in the sewer to kind of get that smell off their like robes?
I will let you cast it on everybody that was in the sewer because you're all gathered quite closely in this tunnel.
I wouldn't mind a rest, a soft bed, a week's worth of holiday, but a short rest would be appreciated before we go on because I don't think I'm fit to fight.
Well, let's get you through this tunnel and away from the lair of the mimic.
Probably makes sense.
I'm fine with that.
Do you want to do anything here in the tunnel?
Not be killed? Or...
Well, so far ahead of you, you can see that it is a clean, like it's unusually clean copper pipe that you've emerged into. And as you make your way down the tunnel, you can see that it hooks around to the right. And there's a mouth opening into a larger room again.
With
It's going
this,
to keep touching light everywhere we go.
Nice. And so you emerge into this room. There is another set of planks across the sewer. It appears to be a dead end on the far side. But planks leading across to the other side leads you to believe that maybe that's not true. What would you like to do here?
Do I sense any presence here? Any more
No,
presence?
you sense nothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
All is quiet.
I'm just gonna go up and poke the plank with my staff and see if it pokes me back.
Nothing happens. The planks are planks.
Okay.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Yes, you can.
Yes, so I'll do that. So
Okay.
that's 30 feet.
You immediately, like, the end of the room just freaking lights up. And you can see that the wall was nothing but an illusion. And on the other side is a staircase.
Oh, so it's just illusion magic. They don't detect any invocation magic?
It was a false wall.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I tell
Would you like to progress up this?
That wall's fake, and there's a set of stairs there.
Yeah. As soon as you do, like, the illusion shatters, and there's just like a particle barrier that you can easily pass through it. It's nothing but a light show. Would you all like to pass down the stairs?
Sure. Seems perfectly reasonable. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, we're going to play this a little more interestingly, because we don't have a ton of time left. So allow me to grab your tokens.
A bit more interestingly than it already has been, where poor Balos has almost died, and
Yeah, do some healing first.
So,
well, the DM does that. We take a short rest.
Yeah, you manage to, recover in the stairwell that you emerged into for a little while. It's a tense hour or two that you spend waiting and resting, but you can recover a little in that time.
Can I also do a Song of Rest to add some extra hit points for those who need it?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Because you're going to need it. Because after an hour or so further of travel after your rest, you emerge into a large room. There's a stairwell in the bottom corner that you can tell just sort of leads back up to the surface. But to the left of you, you can hear that there is just a massive commotion going on in the far room. The doors have been blasted off their hinges and lay scattered on the floor. And the sounds of battle rage from the other room.
I want to give myself a quick heal.
Did we get just a quick short rest in there, did we?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to use Healing Light on myself, see if I can get some of that acid damage off.
Go for it.
Oh, wow. 12. Perfect.
I'm screaming.
Does anyone else need healing?
This short rest is fine, thanks. But fully back up.
All right, well, let's go check out this commotion. Someone might need our help.
Charge! I mean, let's go and investigate. Charge!
Okay, so as you emerge into this room, it is just something else, There is the scene of this elvish woman in the middle of a summoning circle, and she appears to be casting black tentacles in the middle of the room. There is another wizard up in the top. The room is a large square room. The edges of the room are just surrounded with glowing green ooze in a trough around the edge, in the gaps of the walls. You are not sure who this elvish woman is, but she's engaged in vicious battle with this wizard in red robes atop a broomstick, floating in the air, casting lightning at each other as she desperately tries to keep concentration on this spell. You are not 100% sure what's happening. The walls of this sounding chamber are graven with esoteric symbols filled with greenish slime that writhe and pulsate as if they're alive. A sickly purple glow pours from the massive circle in the center of the room. A woman garbed in black and green, her fingers limned in crackling golden sparks as they crook and dance through the motions of a spell. She intones a word of power, and a vicious bolt of lightning crackles through the air towards the ceiling. And the young boy floating on a winged staff of oak and ebony. He snaps his fingers and the lightning dissipates. More bolts follow, scouring the walls and filling the chamber with burning ozone as he bobs and ducks and weaves. A mandala of crimson mage light envelops his hand as he sweeps towards the woman, forming into a shadowy blade edged with runes. He swings at her throat, only to have it meet an invisible shield. The smirk on his face turns to disbelief as ribbons of darkness erupt all around him, enveloping him and pulling him painfully to the ground. And the woman turns to you. Recognition comes across her face. She instantly recognizes you because she was obviously the one that sent that owl to deal with you, to watch you. And as she looks to you, you hear her spin to the wizard and spin back to you and shout,
"You will not stand in the way of my revenge! I have worked tirelessly to bring back my Lord Glograx, and I will kill every last one of you to see this through."
Roll initiative.
Let's go.
And Chris, roll a wisdom saving throw. A D100, sorry, not a wisdom save.
Filter has a 20.
And that's a little chaos for Chris from Joshua Simons. And Wendell, also roll me a D100. Tamiel says, "Let the fates decide." And was that a 20, did you say, Chris?
No, so I got a initiative was 16.
Oh, yep.
And 12 magic surge is an 88, whatever that is.
Okay. Okay, so feathers, like ethereal, non-corporeal feathers appear whirling in the air around you, and one darts towards every member of the party, but also towards the elvish woman and the small boy, the young lad, the red-robed wizard. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I just want to select you folks and bring you into the room. All right, now where are you? You're there? Yeah. And as these incorporeal feathers touch each of you, you start to float. And you feel the effects of the fly spell take effect.
Yes.
Wendell, what did you roll on the D100?
I got a 45.
Okay.
The skies.
You fly a little higher than everybody else as levitate takes effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna make this easy, and I'm just gonna go clockwise on this screen for you guys for initiative for this fight. And the tentacles and the elvish woman and anything else that she manages to bring in are going to go at the end of your rolls. So, that being said, Garu, what do you want to do, buddy?
I think I'll just unleash a firebolt at her.
Okay, roll.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yes.
Let's see what happens in your case. That hits. Yeah, that hits. It does hit.
Okay, so that's 9 damage.
Okay, so you see your bolt of fire arc through the air. And an arcane sigil appears between it and Fenaria. And arcane sparks just fill the air. And you see the rune crack a little and then vanish again. She appears to be protected by some kind of a ward. Do you have anything else that you can do on this turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. Wendell, what do you want to do?
All right. Yeah, Wendell's going to do his best Superman impression and just go hellbent for leather at her and get into melee range if possible.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just double check if these tentacles are going to do anything to you on the way through.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Okay, so you're okay. The tentacles don't seem to be doing anything to you. Instead, they seem to just keep grabbing and wrapping tighter around this red wizard.
Interesting. All right, I'm just going to wail on this, the lady. So
Okay.
I'm going to go Staff Strike.
All right, roll me your attack.
That's a 19.
Yes, that'll do it.
So that's, that's 9 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then I'll spend a key point to do 2 Hands of Harm.
Okay.
That's another 4 points of necrotic.
Okay.
I'm going to spend another key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Yeah.
2 Unarmed Strikes.
Mode.
One of them is a 23. The other one was a natural 1, but I'm a halfling, so I can re-roll that. And it was a miss.
Okay, so yep. What did you roll for damage on that last one?
The last one was another 4 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, so all of your blows, you just see this rune pop up again and sparks fly, sparks fly, sparks fly. On that last unarmed strike, you feel a force against your fist as it forces through, and suddenly it dissipates, and your tiny little fist pushes through and clocks her on the chin for 2 points of damage.
Yeah, don't screw with the flying halfling. Right, that's me done.
Okay, so the thing is, though, that as you do that, over on the eastern side, this gross, squishy, pink blob of writhing tentacles and teeth and eyeballs pops out. And a gibbering mouther appears on the eastern side of the platform. But behind you, you hear a... And as you spin behind you, a massive 8-foot tall figure lands on the platform behind you. It has a humanoid head, but it has no eyes and not really a mouth to speak of. It has sort of a circular orifice ringed with teeth. Its chest and shoulders are gigantic and distended with muscles. And as you see it reach towards you, slits appear on its shoulders and they open. And you see tens of eyeballs blink at you from across its chest and shoulders. Across its midsection, where you would expect someone to wear a belt, perhaps, is a ring of massive, sharp, serrated teeth. And it rears its arms back, and that mouth opens and it bellows at you. The hole in its face opens up, and this pink, fleshy proboscis starts to emerge and writhe in the air, tipped with a fine, wicked stinger dripping venom. And as it rears back, a foot comes up. It looks kind of like a gecko's foot, to be honest. But it is sharp. And it kicks at you. And it rolls.
You're good, Wendell. You're good.
It rolls a fail as your nimble flying little halfling self zips out of the way of this massive clawed foot of this cavern stalker that towers above you.
Guys.
Ren, roll me a D100.
Okay.
Time for a wild magic fireball.
That'd be lovely. That's a 17.
Okay, allow me to tell you what just happened to you.
No. Don't laugh like that. We're good.
In the middle of this terse, hectic, scary, terrifying situation, suddenly your face starts to itch. And feathers sprout from your face, forming a big, long, bushy, feathery beard that remains until you sneeze. This is a gift from Crosscore, who says a bit of chaos for Ren, because why not at this point?
Thanks.
What would you like to do with your bad feathery self?
Was it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay. I think I'm gonna get a little closer to that giant 8-foot guy, and I am going to swing my swords around and cast Shatter.
Okay.
That will be a con save of 13.
Okie dokie. And that's to the big eyeball guy, did you say?
To the big eyeball guy.
That's a 17 at base. So I think he's okay.
Yeah. Well, shit. I'm gonna stroke my feathery beard and take a step back.
And for anyone wondering what this thing actually looks like, I am just gonna quickly slap the concept art for this thing up on Twitter for you all. It is a work in progress, and I hope it terrifies you. Okay, so does he take any damage from that?
He takes half damage, so 1 second. That was 20 total, so half would be 10 points of lightning damage, or thunder damage.
Okay, cool. So, 10 points, you say?
Yes, 10.
Okay, so you see all of the eyes on its left shoulder close and sizzle and pop, leaving red ichor to drip down its arm as it bellows and turns to you with its stinger proboscis flailing wildly in the air. It is hurt, but it is not that badly hurt.
That's all I can do.
That's all you can do?
That's all I can do.
Viltra, you're up.
All right. It looked like the shielding was down on the woman in the middle, right?
Yes, it has dissipated.
All right. I'm going to get my character sheet. I'm looking at the.
Roll the D100, buddy.
What do you mean? Oh, do I roll?
Oh, sorry, no. Barmy rolled the D100.
So I paid for it.
Yeah.
Looking at your concept art, this guy's wild.
Nuts.
All right, so my hands are going to glow, and I am going to blast this woman with guiding bolt.
Okay, go for it.
It's 5. I have a 23.
That'll hit.
All right. 5d6. 15 damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
All right, nice. So 15 damage?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so that does it, she falters back with that one, and she just looks at you with, if she wasn't concentrating, she would probably be casting something that could kill you with a look. And the tentacles relax a little bit and then tighten, and the young wizard cries out in pain again. Barmy, what did you get on that roll?
72.
All right, so let's see what happens to you, buddy. Oh, shit. You gain resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Yes.
Wreck
You're welcome.
lives.
Hey, we don't just...
And it is your turn.
Thank you, Poot.
What do you want to do, buddy?
1 second. Okay, all
I
right.
will kill all of you. Leave now and stop interfering in my business.
I am going to... I'm going to charge up and take this monstrous creation of yours away from the action for the moment. So I'm going to move up to that, and I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
So get up as close as I can next to Ren, or at least to try and take that away.
Yeah.
And roll an attack. Oh, it's good. It's going to be 22 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
I'm going to roll the damage. It's going to be 7 points of damage. Then I'm going to use psionic energy to empower that strike with force damage as the psychic power just thrusts it in even harder.
Okay.
So 7 plus another 5, 12 points of damage.
Okay. So, yeah, you see teeth from its torso just fly across the room and embed into the walls. And it bellows at you again. And that proboscis, like a cobra, comes up above its head and just points at you.
Is it still up? All right.
It's still up.
Action surge. I'm going to attack again.
Yeah.
That's a 23 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
That's going to be 4 points of damage. I'm going to psychic energy it again.
Okay.
For another 5 points, so 9 points of damage.
Okay, so you see pretty much all of the eyes on its other shoulder close again. And there are like just a small smattering of smaller eyes across its chest left open, and like eyeball juice is running down the shoulders.
Fantastic. That's all I can do.
Nice.
Chris, what do you want to do?
I see the creature, and I just think that from your drawing, Sean, it's just misunderstood and probably just needs a cuddle. But ignoring that, Belos is going to fly at the wizard, the female caster, and make her apologize for her ways and attack.
Okay, what are you going to roll for?
Well, I'm getting advantage because our mage friend lit her up like a Christmas tree, so I will attack her with a longsword. Thank you very much.
Coffee extinguishes my mohawk.
Well, interestingly, because of the advantage, I get a nat 20. And because I'm a paladin, guess what I'm going to be pumping into that, Sean?
What?
Holiday wishes and, Oh wait, that's a smite. Sorry, so that is 68 coming your way.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
Shit.
Okay, so
Let's go.
yeah.
Hey, it was your mimic.
That's to the elvish woman, right?
Oh, yep.
Okay, and you hit her with your sword plus smite?
Yeah, so that's a straightforward longsword and smiting damage on top of that. So
okay, yeah, so you see the glowing energy and hear the magic of your smite surge through your blade as you cleave her in half. And the pieces fall to the ground. And the tentacles start to dissipate. And disappear.
Lost.
The red wizard arises and glances at you and says, "Thank you, my friends." And spins. Let me just see what he's got up his sleeve. Because you still got a gibbering mouther to deal with.
yeah. So bonus action, Ren gets +2 in her armor class for Shield of Faith. So +2 armor class, Ren.
Okay. He is going to cast Ray of Frost at the gibbering mouther to back you all up. And that's a really bad roll, so all he does is freeze some of the ooze on the far side of the room. And damaged as he is, he starts to back in to the midst of your group so he can cast from afar while everything else happens. And guess what? It's the Cabin Stalker's turn. So this weird beast with the eyeballs and no face turns to Gel, and it rears up with its back legs and kicks. That is a terrible kick. And it hits you, but it just bounces off. You just hear the boop, 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 boop under your armor. That, however, the proboscis rears back and swings forward unerringly for a gap in your armor. The stinger tip just diving into your gelatinous body between the armor for, let's see, 6 piercing damage. Now make me a Constitution saving throw.
Is that halved, right? I got resistance to all damage?
Oh yeah, you do. So 3 damage.
3 damage?
But also
okay.
make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Uno momento. Constitution saving throw. You got it. It's 16.
Okay. You're okay. You're okay. Now tell me, buddy, does a 21 hit?
It does hit.
Okay. Well, in that case, what is it? 1d. It swiftly pulls its knee to its chest and plants its foot, talons first, firmly into your chest and rips its foot down for 9 piercing damage. So let's go with 4 piercing damage. Halved.
Okay.
Hey, Sean, sorry. When Balos sees that, he grips his holy symbol. Could you make a Wisdom 12 DC saving throw, please?
Fuck, okay. That's an 18.
Well, on the upside, that means you take 5 points of radiant damage from Rebuke of the Violent.
Oh shit,
Naughty,
okay.
naughty, no biting. We take them to school? No treats for you tonight.
Yeah, okay, so like, you hit it square in the face, and it's just got blisters and pustules bubbling across its face from this searing bolt. And that's its turn. Now it's time for the gibbering mouther. And it's gonna wiggle on over to you, Balos. Where'd my stats go for that? Yeah, okay. So, +2. 8. An 8 does not hit, does it? In that case, ooh, hello. Can you make me a dex saving throw real quick?
12.
Okay, so you see that one of the various mouths open up and it sinks down into the ground and then pushes back up, and another glob of fluid flies into the air and lands smack in the middle of Gel, Wendell, and Balos. And you all need to make me a dexterity saving throw. You just did, Chris, so you are blinded until the end of its next turn.
Wendell got a 13.
Okay, you're safe.
Y'all got an 18.
You're safe. The wizard is safe. Everybody else is safe. It's just Balos who is blinded until the end of the next turn. So that is their turn, and it goes back up to Pete. What do you want to do?
I am going to cast Grease
Okay.
in an area so that the shoulder eye creature is the only one standing in it. So anyone standing in it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Now, unfortunately for the creature, my portent seen this coming, and it rolls a 7 on its saving throw.
Okay.
Plus its dexterity.
I rolled an 8.
Well, my portent's a 7, so...
Say it again?
So I replaced the roll with one of my portent rolls,
Oh, okay.
which is a 7.
Okay. So what does that do to it again?
So its dexterity saving throw is 7 plus dex,
Okay.
and it's got to roll more than a 13 to save.
Okay.
Divination.
Yeah, those
Yeah, so it's 9. No, yeah, 10. Sorry, 10 with that.
Yeah,
So that's not a save.
no.
Nice.
So it's prone.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so it is on the ground. Wendell, what do you want to do, buddy?
Oh, well, it's on the ground, so I'm going to go to town on this thing. Staff ahoy. So it'll be advantage because it's prone. So that'll be still not great. 16.
Yeah, no, that'll do it.
All right, so
just meets beats.
So that's bugger. I only rolled a 1. So that's 4 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
I'll use my last key point to pump in my last hand of harm. So this is going to be another 1. So that's 3 points of necrotic. And then bonus action, unarmed strike. And that's a 17.
Okay, so you punch this thing square in its maw on the ground. And from the point of impact, you just see kind of like frostbite spread and take hold in its flesh. And it stops moving. It is dead and very rapidly decaying.
Damn straight. Awesome.
Ren, you're up.
So which one is left?
The gibbering mouther.
That's it. Okay. Then I am going to and I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
So it's a Wisdom 13 save.
That's an 18.
Ah. Okay, that's all I can do. Actually, no, I will spend Bardic Inspiration on who's next in the rotation.
Hang on, let me just double check. I lost it. I'm on the wrong screen. It is Viltra.
I will give Bardic Inspiration to Viltra.
All right, Viltra, buddy, what do you want to do?
So I want to blast this guy, or so I got too many windows open all of a sudden. I'll just hit him with another guiding bolt.
Okay. Roll.
I got a 17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right. 5d6. 20 damage.
Okay, yeah, so you you fry off the top half of this fucking thing. And you can hear sort of too many mouths. And it starts to advance towards you.
Oh no.
Barmy, what do you want to do, buddy? Can you do anything else, Viltra?
Is it actually moving towards me?
Like it's going to be on its turn.
Lovely. I'll back up.
All right.
It also, anyone who hits it gets advantage.
All right. Barmy, what do you want to do, buddy?
Oh, I'm gonna hit it. So the creature in front of us is now dead, right? That's the one that in front of me, right? Like spin around, come over, and start to unleash into the gibbering mouth. Block the way, create the choke point.
Okay.
That's it. Perfect. All right, let's roll for an attack.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save. 1 second. All right. 8.
Okay, so what attack were you about to roll?
Just a melee attack.
Okay. Go on.
Okay. Go on. It's 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. Roll damage.
Yeah, roll damage.
I don't like how agreeing he is, right? Like he's like, yeah, go for it. Knock yourself out.
Passive aggressive.
It's 6 points of damage. Continue.
Yeah. So
Because I'm gonna.
In your mind right now, you hear a booming.
Time! Do not strike me. Strike elsewhere.
And your attack hits Wendell.
Oh no, poor Wendell.
It's okay. I'm fine.
Can you do anything else?
I can grapple him.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, Wendell.
You can actually attack the thing again now. If you want to.
No, I don't have any more action. I don't have any more attacks on my action. So, Wendell, your contested strength roll.
I mean, if you wanted to cuddle, you could have just asked. But, I mean, sure thing.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
So as my weapon comes down and hits you, the crystalline structure of it actually decrystallizes a bit, and little pseudopods come out and like hold onto you, and it's now like you're grappled onto the weapon.
I love it. Chris, you're up. What can you do to take this thing down?
So I'm just going to run blindly at it. So on the upside, I'm blinded. On the other upside, it's been guided ported. So disadvantage, advantage, yay. A straight roll. So I'm just going to run. Balance is going to run straight at it and hit it.
Okay.
Now, because he's running straight at it, something interesting might happen after this roll.
Okay.
Because he's a Minotaur and he lowers his horns.
Okay.
So, first one misses, but his horn strike gets an 18.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Gores this thing after missing with the swipe, after swiping blindly.
And this thing just melts over your horn. Dripping teeth and weird fleshy bits. Just runs down over your little Minotaur itself. And it stops moving.
If you two have finished cuddling, could you remove this from my head?
You're out of combat. Everything is dead except for your little wizard friend.
I will walk over to Balos and I'll just put the shield up on him, and the pseudopods will just go and consume all of that gibbering mouth.
The wizard turns to you all, and he just looks astounded, for one. And he speaks. I'm going to make him wear a little wizard hat.
Yes.
I mean, I thought I was good. I mean, no, I know I'm good. I'm good. But holy crap, that was impressive. Well damn done. I mean, it's not like I needed your help or anything, but good show.
No trouble, citizen. Back to your day job. We've got a patrol to finish. And if you have anything, to eat, my colleague here is pretty hungry, that'd be great. If you could fill out several of the forms on how we did during this day, and, how you'd rate it 1 to 5, that would be great. And explain what you were summoning here and what you were stopping. That would be very handy.
Well, there's some kind of otherworldly ooze god that Fenaria was trying to summon, and, well, obviously we don't want that to happen. I think, from what I can tell, it was an aboleth, long banished, that she was trying to bring back to the material plane. And, well, we just can't have that. That would really mess up what we're doing here in Tai. So the Red Wizard sent me to deal with it, and I was dealing with it until you came along and made a mess of everything, but, you did a good job. You did a good job. And I could tell you what. Here. I've sort of got a feel for what was happening here, and we know how to stop it now. You guys can have, well, you can borrow this. And he hands you his fine oaken staff with little flappy wings on one end. When inactive, the wings look like they're just like decorative wings made of gold with tails that wrap around the top of the staff. But it acts like a broom of flying. And you can dish it out amongst yourselves. And you can go back up to the lady that hired you and receive your 200 gold reward for a job damn well done, everyone. Good show. You have saved Mulemaster, and from a portal atop the stage at the top of the room that starts to glow and appear, all of the captured villagers return, minus one or two that the mimic ate.
Also,
now, I'm going to say it's been a day or so exploring the sewers. So, Chris, if you look down at your little minotaur self, you start to notice blisters and sores, open weeping wounds on your forearm, and you start to feel a rheumatic sensation in your chest as the symptoms of sewer plague begin to onset.
And this is where I pray to my God, and I'm resistant. I'm immune to disease. So, I get a cloth, wipe it off.
Nice.
And in my final report, I write down that the most dangerous thing in this sewer were a ladder, a bridge, and a plank. Health violations right there.
Well done, everyone. Now, we've got to do a little bit of a wrap-up now. We've got a couple of minutes for you guys to tell everyone where they can find you. So I'll go around. Pete, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, at Pete Swan, if you're interested in that. I mainly do stuff around astronomy and like indigenous astronomy and stuff like that. But I also love gaming things and tabletops. So if you want to find me there.
Excellent. Wendell, Hamish, where can people find you?
That's cool.
Still going by character names.
I'll respond to Wendell as well. That's cool. I don't use Twitter much, but I'm on there at Mighty Joe Ham. The character Wendell I actually use in another campaign that I play with the guys who run Meeples and Dragons. So John and Sarah, who also sponsor all of this. And they put updates every whenever they can on our sessions. So if you're interested in seeing what Wendell and a bunch of other adventurers get up to, then go and check out their website and have a look at their blog and stuff.
Wicked. Eli, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at A Ghost of Eli, but you can also find me with my podcast group, Mayday Roleplay. We currently have a Delta Green campaign, and I am also running a homebrew D&D campaign set in my Archipelago campaign called Ashoka Precious Cargo.
Wicked. Matt, where can people find you?
Hello, I am Dungeon Glitch all over the internet, specifically Twitter. Also, if you like nerdy D&D stuff and t-shirts, jumpedfirefly.com. But if you just go to my Twitter, you'll find it all there.
Yeah. Head to Matt's Twitter. Check out both the Gem Firefly and Dungeon Glitch range. I've got the Flag Cup. I have the Vaporwave Orc shirt, which is amazing. Their designs are really cool. And if you go and use Brain Beast 15, you get 15% off.
Yeah.
Barmy, where can people find you, buddy?
You can find me on Twitter at Barmy Army. It's up there on the overlay. But you can also find me at Indigitech, which is what we're doing here. So we do a whole bunch of stuff with Indigenous people in STEM, but we also have our actual play all Indigenous D&D group once a month. So just check that out. We put that up there, and it's pretty cracked. but it's real good fun. So.
And Chris, where can people find what you're up to, if they can find it anywhere? In fact.
Nope, absolutely not. So I'd just like to thank everybody in chat that donated. It is absolutely super kind and fabulous for you to do that. Any promotion, whether it be money, abuse you're throwing at us, just retweeting this sort of stuff is absolutely brilliant. And thank you so much. This is a really important cause. So many people will hopefully never get to meet and help in so many different ways from doing this. Sean, you're awesome. Everybody in this group, you've been hilarious. And the mods and people looking after us. And Arden, thank you so much for doing this. Back to you, Sean.
Yeah, thank you all for playing. It's been a wonderful time. I wasn't sure how we were going to go with the first couple of fights. I beefed up the initial ooze fight because I knew you were going to chew through those grey oozes way too quickly. So I added one extra one. But we did actually end up... Let me zoom out here and I'll show you real quick what we skipped past. Let me just turn the fog off. There was another fight with 2 gibbering mouthers and a dead body to find, and there's just a bunch of corridor to investigate. But I thought, no, let's skip it and get straight to the big fight so that we could do this all in the time allotted. And as far as me, you can find me on Friday playing in RJ Cresswell's game. I'll be playing my favorite character of late, Alistair Ray, wearing Alistair's face. And you can also find me on the 23rd of May for the next episode of The Shifting Spire, which Pete and Barmy have been victims of, with Roll for Damage, who are a really cool channel. I'm really looking forward to playing with them. They're wonderful people. And a huge thanks to Jasper's, huge thanks to Fenway, Arden, Meeples and Dragons, and just everybody involved in this event. This is a fabulous event that I've been wanting to get involved with for the longest time. So I was really glad that I could be a part of Jasper's this year. And I really hope that we smash it out of the park and raise tons of money for suicide prevention and awareness. And also that we get to show the world what the Aussies are capable of. It's time for the Aussie takeover of D&D Twitter. And there's so much amazing talent. The Indigitech team, I Split the Party, I Speak Giant, and just so many more amazing, talented creators here in Australia. So, yeah, show it to everyone. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's draw this raffle. Hockey dokie.
The winner is... Do you have a drum roll, Sean? You need a drum roll.
Yeah. Just another demonic voice. That's just...
Yeah.
And the winner is...
It's Tammy, a.k.a. Tolera79.
Woo!
Can we get subtitles for that?
Yeah, we need captions for that for sure.
Yeah, that one's a bit rougher. Tolera79, aka Tammy, has won the raffle. Thank you for entering the raffle. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who's hosting everything.
Congrats.
Rock on. Keep making great content, everyone. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for running this, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
My pleasure. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Cheers, guys.